That's me, looking cool. Went to the altered images, and that's the library, the ceramics department, Sheffield Uni. There's all the guys from the role-playing game in Bournemouth. Billy, Patrick the Ugly, Anne, Inigo, who were both Robert. Oh, who's that? Oh, maybe that's Patrick the Ugly. Well, that other Billy character. And, of course, Edge. That's Roskilde, I think, in Denmark. There's Adrian, playing Status Pro. Some Coral. Me and Richard, going out. Me as a wizard, him as a joker. Yes, fab. A fab Christmas card. And that's the lovely Carla. And she went camping before I met her. Lovely Sue and a bunny. Robert with a self-portrait. And I think the angel is his girlfriend at the time, of course. Me doing some balancing, or being balanced. Kelly and Bill in Bournemouth. Yeah, went to the Isle of Man with Nina. That's Joe Fry, looking very hippie. Second time I met her, went with Billy, I think. And that's up in the Orkneys, Scarborough. Cool. That was me flying to Guernsey. Did Alderney, Guernsey. So, don't know where that was. Probably Pakistan with that kind of messing about. Ah, that was France. The Trebuchet. Not sure. I think that's... Ah, yes, that's Peru. There's Machu Picchu down there. That might have been Monkey Maya. That's Chasing a Hiker, I think, in Thailand. That's me recovering after my crash in East Germany. I think that might have been the lorry driver at the time. And that's the dolphins. I think that's going to be Piccolo then. Monkey Maya, Australia. Ah, a collection. There's Rock. I walked around. It was a fab day. It wasn't too hot that day. And it was me and Ayers Rock and nobody else. Yeah, walk around. Much nicer. Well, and I walked up the top, so I guess it's much nicer. It certainly felt good to me. Australian. With a message board and a pen and a map of Michelin restaurants. Gary Hitchhike fans. Yeah. Trebuchets and chateaus. Yeah, I actually got to one of my Michelin restaurants and ate there. Turned up the first day. Oh, that was... I got a lift from a fleet of car carriers. We were discussing, me and Nina, what were the greatest lifts we've ever had before I went. The Michelin map was the only one I could find in the local bookshop. I think that's the Eiffel Tower there. And that's somebody else's picture of Mont Saint-Michel. Yeah, messing about. Oh, that's the restaurant that I went to with the cheese specialist and the wine specialist. Oh, and that's the guy that gave me a lift. And we went to Karnak, the rocks and stuff in, I think, Brittany. 1991, Kashmir. My favourite place to ski. Kind of spoiled skiing anywhere else. I love the powder. I was the only person there over Christmas. Oh, that's the aeroplane that I eventually got out with the help of 3 army Israeli guys to get me to the plane, because there was a push and a shove. 2 Buddhists. The one on right, born to it, dressed like it. The one on the left, he actually did follow, it seemed to me. I think that might have been Dharamsala, but unfortunately the Dalai Lama was out. Yeah, oh. Man carrying a bush or a tree. Crazy signs. I think that was on the crossover between India and Pakistan. Ice and snow, because, you know, I was there in winter. But it was beautiful. Skiing in Gulmarg. Just me. Because everyone else was frightened off by the war. That I didn't know about. The castle. Yes, Kot Diji in Pakistan. And looking outside the glacial cave. Oh, of course, goats. The glacier. Top of the Karakoram Highway, passing. That's camel carts in Karachi. Me trying to be friendly with a yak. And Nina waiting outside the glacial cave. She wasn't happy. Leon at night was so beautiful. Oh, that's Florence. And I think that might be Prague. Oh, Versailles, I think. And Bologna. I loved the statue with such movement. Made of concrete and unfortunately falling apart even then, but was such a wonderful statue. And Florence again. And unfortunately for Leon, I couldn't get out. So I got the Euro train home. Couple of days waiting for lifts. Got Gary in Thailand. I went to the island called Koh Chong. There's 2 islands, both called Koh Chong, one on the east, one on the west, and of course I was in the one that no one else goes to. Didn't get to Koh Samui though. Hadn't heard of that one. Just went to what seemed to be there. Oh, and yes, there's people floating around in life jackets. Cool. Underwater in Thailand. I got quite hooked tight. Snorkeling. Never really got into the bubbly stuff. Just finds all the sharks. Gary in Korea and Japan. And fish markets. And stones in lines, because that's a park thing. And the Golden Temple in Kyoto. And ladies in traditional dress. Oh yeah, of course, Fuji. I don't think he meant to say Mount Fuji. Anyway, it was winter, so the trees had clothes made of reeds. More ladies. And that was outside Seoul. And oh yes, and the hiker organised a tea ceremony for us from a very cold house of quite rich, a policeman and his wife. It was cold inside because they don't have heating, but they do have hot baths. There's no stranger place on earth than Japan. 1987, methinks, my second time to Scandinavia, and that's in Finland, where a family invited me from my hitchhiking to stay with them for the weekend and do some net fishing, which we dutifully did, and it was quite lovely. And we had a sauna thing, and yeah, Christian crosses things, and that's Helsinki, and that's also possibly Helsinki. Oh yeah, there's a submarine. Always good to have a submarine. And there's me trying to gut a fish, probably not very well, if it truth be known. And that's the place I stayed at with the fishing game. They took so many of my photographs, and I don't know where that was. This is all Finland. When I had more hair and it was all black. This is a collection of videos. That's Singapore. That might be Thailand. No, I think that's Thailand. Okay, that's from Guatemala. I don't know. That's Vietnam. North Vietnam. That's the zoo in Singapore again, and that's Hong Kong Beer Festival. So quite a combination there. The one in the middle, no